Okay, so I'm going to walk you through the proper way to transfer a site over to the network. So this is going to be beginning to end, but if you have any questions, let me know and I'll walk you through it. First and foremost, we're going to add a new plugin on the development site or whatever site you're going to be moving. So just type in Duplicator. And I've already installed it, but just click install, activate, and then once that's installed, you'll see here on the side, I'll say Duplicator. And before we get into that, we're going to click on updates, because it's always a good idea to make sure everything is fully updated before you transfer it over. Go ahead and select all, update plugins. Okay, now that the plugins are updated, return to the updates page. Do the same thing for the themes. Okay, now that everything is updated, we're going to go to Duplicator, click on Packages, and you can see that I've already ran a package. And one thing that I like to do is go ahead and run one backup before the updates are applied. That way, if something breaks or misconfiguration, what have you, you can always revert back to the backup. So it's always a good idea to run a backup before you do any type of backup. Updates anyway. But on this first tab here, it says create package. Just click that. It's going to give you the option to name it or rename it. And you can also click on check application size, and that's going to give you a rough estimate of the size, how many files, and number of folders. And you can go ahead and put some notes in here. So I'll just put after updates, that way I have a little note. Click create package. Now instead of waiting for that to run, I'm going to go ahead and use the set that I've already done. So you click on installer and click on package. You have to download both files. Now once everything is downloaded, I'm not going to do that live just because of time. But once you have everything downloaded, now this part is very important. Before you upload the packages, you need to edit the file. So the zip file that you just downloaded, open it up, find the htaccess file, and open it up in your editor. If you're in Windows, I highly recommend using Notepad++. The very top, you're going to see the add handler. Make sure to remove it. You can either delete it or simply comment it out. Click on save, close it out, and then it's going to ask if you want to update it in the archive. Select yes. That's going to update the archive. Now you can close that out, and now it's ready to upload to the server. You're going to go to the cPanel of the new server and click on File Manager. Now it's very important that when you hit File Manager that you select Show Hidden Files, and the reason for that is because Bluehost and several other hosts will put the PHP handler in the htaccess file, and if they do that, you're going to have to edit it out, and we'll get to that in just a moment. So when you are in the file editor, you upload the files. So when you click on upload, you're going to be uploading the installer file and also the zip file. And keep in mind, as you transfer multiple sites, it'll say installer 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. It's okay to go ahead and download it like that, but whenever you transfer it to the server, you're going to have to rename it. So that way it's just installer.php. And it's also important to use the same installer that you downloaded with that set, because that's going to have all of the information for that site in it. Okay, so now that all the files are uploaded, you'll see the installer file and also the zip package. And since I've ran multiple installers today, I have installer 5. So I'm just going to click on that, click on rename, and take the number out of there. Rename the file. And now, when I go to the site, I should see an installer screen. So we're going to get ready to run the installer. Go ahead and open up Notepad. And go down to the MySQL database wizard. Since I'm recording the video, obviously I'm not going to show the password, but once you have the username and select a strong password, then you can go ahead and click Create User. And in the next section, you're going to be granting all privileges, and then the database name, username, and password is all going to be shown. So just copy all of that information and paste it in the notepad. From here, you're ready to go. So we're going to head back over to the installer. Okay, inside the installer, you're going to click on Test Connection, and it's going to fail because I don't have the password in there right now. But it's always a good idea to test the connection just to make sure that everything is working properly. And then you'll select the I have read all warnings and blah 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 and run deployment. So now that the installer is running, we want to make sure that the old settings and the new settings are correct. And if you are running a basic admin account, either admin or administrator, make sure to create a new admin account. Admin and administrator are two of the most common usernames used for an administrator account. So if someone already has admin, all they have to do is guess the password. If you have a different username, then they have to guess both. Now that the installer has run, you should be able to log into WordPress. So where it says Resave Permalinks, open that in a new tab. And you're in. So select post name, click Save Changes. And even if they were already set to post name, you should still resave the permalinks, because that's going to reset everything in the database and make sure that everything is right. So from here, you should be able to see the new website. and everything should work. Yeah, regardless if you changed the domain, changed names, added users, what have you, it is now live on the new server. So hopefully this helps, and if you have any questions or need any help, let me know, and I'll help you out. Take care.